got this black Peterbilt. It says Mercer. Huge wheelbase.
After 80 meters, turn right, Highway 342, West Amador Avenue.
Hooked up to a Trail King. Double drop trailer. I'm leaving Las Cruces, heading over to Nogales, Arizona. We're taking I-10 West to Tucson. I wanted to do a shortcut, but there's a whole bunch of mountains there. So I'll just go all the way to Tucson and then catch another interstate, what is it, 19? I-19? Going south to Nogales. It's a bit further, but time-wise, you only lose like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, which means that it's a much better road for heavy trucks. That's what happens sometimes when I try to shift without the clutch. Sometimes people ask me, do I always use the clutch? And that's one gear where I usually use it.
Going Interstate 10 westbound, US 180 westbound towards Nogales for 434 kilometers.
Yeah, going from 5 high to 6 low, it usually gets stuck, unless you use a clutch. That's just my truck, every truck is different. But other gears, I don't have a problem. I just shift with no clutch. Just past the U.S. Customs inspection station. They're located right on the freeway. And basically, they just check to see if you're an illegal alien. just had a lunch at Denny's inside of Line J, and I'm telling you, these guys are getting pretty good. They have a thing called build your own skillet, and I did that, and I got some zucchinis, egg whites, turkey bacon, basically exactly what I wanted. Some red skin potatoes, sauteed onions, and even they had slices of avocado. You know, no bread, no rice, nothing, just like that. It was beautiful. And in an unrelated kind of comment, I had a call yesterday from one of my viewers. I think he saw my ad for a flatbed trailer on Kijiji.ca, a Canadian version of Craigslist, basically. And he was wondering if I'm interested in selling the step deck. And since I do want to get eventually into a heavy haul, so I want to say that if you're a Canadian, because I'm Canadian, right? So this deal can only work with another Canadian. I can transfer the lease for a step deck. It's $8.50 a month Canadian.
Turn left on Highway 70.
And I got it when? On August 1st, 2013 was the start of the contract. And then if you are approved for a credit, you own the trailer 60 months after August 1st, 2013. And I'm still selling the flatbed trailer. That one I can sell for cash to anyone, whether you are American or Canadian. That's a 2012.
After 300 meters, turn left, then take the exit right.
It's a 2012 Wilson road route flatbed, tandem axle, rated for 100,000 pounds. Very nice trailer, light, aluminum floor, aluminum rub rail, and the step deck is 2014, right? So, all right. So next stop is I need that Interstate 19, I think, in Tucson, Arizona. Well, I've been experimenting with various RPM, you know, engine RPM and speed. And you see there's lots of very long hills. And of course I still have that 40,000 pound load. And it's 28 plus Celsius or 83 Fahrenheit, believe it or not, on this day in February. So I had to increase the RPM, otherwise the engine was heating up. So now I realize that those statements, you know, when they say that when you're heavily loaded, especially in with lots of hills, you need the engine to run at a slightly higher RPM than normal. Otherwise, you know, it doesn't get enough coolant. The oil gets hot. So now I'm doing well, on the straight level I was doing 1400 RPM, 1400, which on my analog tachometer showed as 1350, but I know I'm going by my Gearmaster, the digital tachometer, and it shows 1400, and with my 373 ratio that puts me at 100 kilometers an hour, 62.15 miles per hour. Mama, I'm going fast. Yeah, like I said, one hill after another. I just climbed one huge hill, and look at this. Of course, it looks beautiful, right? But check out the top. If you can see the top, that's probably what, like 2 miles? Probably, I'm guessing, what, 5%? At plus 29C with the 40,000 pound load. Engine fan on. Wow, I'm even passing someone. What is this? Volvo. get power with power harnesses from Diesel Freak. Outperform a blue Volvo. I never understand these people that buy these Winnebagos motorhomes. Say anything about the speed, the limit here is 75 miles per hour, 120k an hour. So we all legal. Because I got tired of following that motorhome. But what I was trying to say is that I think it would be much better to get a luxury car and then just drive somewhere and then just go to a hotel. You know, you would spend less money than driving in this gas-guzzling motorhome and then sleeping somewhere in a squat. And that's just my 2 cents, you know. I don't see any sense unless you're a hunter or fisher or you hunt crocodiles in Australia. Well, I saw a Love's truck stop just. I'm still about maybe half an hour east of Tucson, and according to my GPS I'm 100 miles away from the Pilot truck stop in North Nogales, Nogales, Jesus. North Nogales, Arizona. And there's been a couple of very big hills, so I decided to stop, you know, give the engine a chance to cool down. Because engines are people too. And this is the ramp to I-18 south to Nogales, and straight ahead you see the city of Tucson. From here it's 90 kilometers or 56 miles. The border with Mexico. Check out the cactus on the right. Looks like the place where you would shoot that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Last Stand. I love that movie. Very funny. And this is the end of a very long trip. I am at the Pilot in Nogales, Arizona. It's plus 30 degrees Celsius, and I was afraid I'd run into problems with parking, but as you can see there's lots of parking, today being Sunday probably. But this is the only truck stop in this area as far as I know, so I was a bit concerned. But as far as I can see, I can tell the most typical trailer here is a reefer. Everybody has a reefer. I only see a couple of flatbeds, and I still don't have a load. I don't have a reload. Just talked to another Landstar guy, and he said there were some loads out of Texas, but that's like 2-3 days away from here, and that's what I might need to do after I unload. I wait a couple of days. If I don't find anything here, I'll have to dead head to Texas. But before I do that, I want to do an oil change because my oil is really getting black and it's heating up in this extremely hot weather. And maybe then when I find a trailer shop. I just saw a sign here, the truck stop. There's a truck and trailer shop somewhere here. Maybe I can install that switch for the rear axle, so that if I have to drive 1,000 miles or 1,500 miles empty, I can drive at least with 2 axles on the ground, not 3. So thanks for staying with me this 2,200 mile long trip.